Hello, and welcome back to Myriad Caves. We are continuing where we left off here, right outside the entrance to what I think is the Lime Dungeon. And we've gone through just about all abandoned mines, I think. But we're still missing some emeralds. And so one expects that there is still a bit to do in that department. But for now, let's go ahead and see if we can get the wool, and perhaps we'll actually see an emerald along the way in this dungeon. That would be pretty cool. Web Slayer's getting a little bit low, and so I'm a little concerned about that. I'm not sure if we're going to run out of sword as we get into this particular dungeon. There is a lot of gravel on the ground here too. I'm actually going to, just in case, do that, just to try to check for block update traps. And interesting to note, I didn't realize the zombie, I guess, is going to try to avoid water, I think is the reason that he went up there. In terms of zombie pathfinding, we were doing some experiments with zombie pathfinding in a previous episode in that area right over there. So perhaps there is more of it to do yet. And what is my arrow count right now? Because I'm not fully supplied up. I still have a stack and a half. Yeah, it might be the case that we actually need to resupply if we don't find new supplies in this area. I think my arrow just bounced off that guy, possibly. Or the guy might have not been there and it actually just got stuck in the wall. In any case, I'm not happy with what happened to my arrow there. Okay, this seems to be kind of like a dead end around this corner. How dead is the dead end? Alright, I guess fairly dead, so I guess the whole dungeon's going to be over in this direction. Based on the format of this dungeon, we expect lots of cobwebs and spiders. Or the format of this area. I think there's enough webs here that I will try to use a little bit of the water bucket route for getting rid of cobwebs. Doesn't always work all that well. And it is pretty slow. And we'll use Web Slayer to get rid of some of these. And, okay, spiders here. Web Slayer to finish him off. Don't see anything sneaking up on me over here. Okay, it seems like still an easy... Oops. Alright, second... Is that a second spider spawner, or did I just not put enough light over here? There is a second spider spawner. Okay. So, groups of 2 spider spawners at a time, perhaps. Which, I don't remember if that's a change or not, relative to other portions of this dungeon already. Picked off a couple of the bad guys here. Let's run back in and break that. And just want to make sure I'm always checking out the ceilings before we head down. Render is pretty good. Let's also do this. Render is pretty good at trying to catch you when you're looking in a different direction in order to then go and hide spawners or traps. And so it's important to try to realize when you're kind of forced is too strong, but kind of like being forced to look in one direction, that you don't forget to look in another. Yeah, we're definitely going to run out of durability on the sword, I think, which will be very sad. Okay. There's a hole right there. And so let's take a look in the hole. I don't see anything down it. I just see cobwebs on the bottom, and my water might have actually turned what may have been lava to obsidian down there. So we may have just disarmed a trap. But let's continue to go this way. I don't know, I feel that so far the beginning of this area... Oh crap! I was going to say the beginning of this area is going pretty slowly. I was kind of expecting more resistance. For whatever reason, I thought since this was the wool dungeon area, it was going to be, I guess, more densely packed with mobs. Although, I guess, now that I think about it, the previous dungeon with magenta wool, that was kind of like underneath Lumenspire, was actually not all that densely packed with monsters. It was kind of a very tight maze. And I guess if you could even call it a dungeon, the first dungeon with the pink wool that was in the Novice Cavern at the start. Did I hear a silverfish? Thought I heard something. Yes, I do hear a silverfish. Okay, so that's something new. But the Novice Cavern was, you know, was kind of like barely even a self-contained dungeon. It was basically a room at the edge of that area that held the pink wool and had a few spawners. And so, okay. If these guys get... Oh, Silverlight one-shotted him? And Web Slayer, I guess, will one-shot him too. Okay, they're coming out of the ceiling. So, I guess it's got to be a spawner up there. And I want to get rid of that. So let's do this. I'm going to make a staircase up to where I believe the silverfish spawner probably is. And then go try to take it out. Seems like a perfectly reasonable thing to do, right? Right. Alright, let's do it. The silverfish are going to try to get to me, and so I'm going to go ahead and block that. Oh gosh. There are multiple spawners here. There are many multiple spawners here in the ceiling. Okay, that's very mean. I do not like hiding all those spawners in the ceiling. So we definitely need to be listening for monsters, and when we don't know where they are, ceiling's a possibility. I'm not even sure that I took out all the spawners that were up there, but I took out a few. Let's actually try to run in here. Darn it. Yeah, just to get a few guys to kind of like fall down. And then take them out now that they're actually chasing us. So we baited them out. Got that skeleton, got that silverfish. I still have more than a stack of arrows and more than a stack of torches, although only just barely on both counts. And still hear one silverfish running around. There he is. Okay, let's take another peek up here and see if there's any spawners left. There are. Let's also get some light up here if we can. Hello. There we go. I think that might be the last spawner. So let's place some blocks. That's probably a silverfish. That's fine. Break some blocks. Alright, I see the cave spider. And I think it's going to be safe up here now. Okay, so basically right behind... I actually mentioned this when we first came in to this area, and there were all these wooden things, that this would be a good place to hide something behind. And so that's the first time I think we've actually seen it in this area, where something was hidden behind the little wooden archway, and so the wooden archway just kind of obscures you from being able to see it. So, kind of good to have that, oops, over and done with. Alright, baited out a few more guys. I think we have some skeletons fighting each other. Let's take out some spiders. I think the skeleton shot that spider, and so that spider's trying to get back at the skeleton now. Nope. Oh, no, I think he did, but then there were two skeletons fighting, and the one that hit the spider ended up being the one who lost the battle, I think is what actually just happened there. Based on how I interpret the spider's movements. It's a complex game, being a spider whisperer. Alright, I see the skeleton over here. I see that there were spiders over here that I didn't get a chance to light up. There's bats who are secret servicing. Yeah, Web Slayer's definitely going to go. I want to try to get a little bit more light in here. But I think I'm going to need a little bit more gear in order to finish this place up. Web Slayer was really useful, and there's a lot of webs. But this thing is just about to die. I'm going to go home and repair it. So I'll be right back. Back at home, I'm going to give new life once again to Web Slayer. And Silverlight is still holding up okay. I've got an insane number of arrows and torches ready to go once again. And so we will head on back. I am back with the repaired Web Slinger. And so I am ready to... Or Web Slinger. Web Slayer. Web Slayer is the name of the sword. It is slaying webs. Just like that. And also like this. Haha! Take that, spider spawner. Alright, and... Oh, more bread. I will actually take that happily. Great. There's also just farming up a little bit of bread at the base. We can continue on. I think I want to take these out, so if I need to back up around this corner, I can. And now that I have web slayer repaired, feel better about doing that. I can't tell exactly what we're getting into here, and so I'm going to do that just as a quick kind of check for traps on the ground with the gravel and the updates and the whatnot and the etc. And then we will switch to long distance combat with the bow now that I have so many arrows once again. There we go. Oops. Bat took the arrow right there. Sorry, Bat. I was going after the creeper, and you just got in the way. But we will, once again, take all of these webs out that are kind of in the hallway that I might get caught up on when trying to retreat. Because if I do want to retreat, I want to be able to retreat successfully. It looks like it's going in 3 directions here. My hunch is the right side is going to be a dead end, because we kind of circled around from over there to like start the dungeon or something, and so I'm going to go this way first, just with the expectation, oops, that I can just disarm this way and then deal with the others. And oh, interesting. I only saw one spider spawner there. It's been 2 at all the others, so I'm not sure if I'm just failing to see it. Oops, I got caught in the web. Alright. Am I missing the other spider spawner? It might be higher up. Let's be thorough. I really don't see it over here. Alright, let's move on. I don't know how thorough I actually was there. And I probably just spawned a few spiders over here, so let's see if we can take them out. You need to go. You need to go. That might be it. And even if there's a couple of zombies possibly coming my way over here, let's go ahead and run over here. Let's get some light. Take out these 2 spider spawners. Okay, so far this area is going pretty straightforwardly, which I do not mind. And yeah, apart from the length, I think overall this was a very solid area. Like all of the areas, it's a little bit long. And so I wouldn't mind. Yeah, I don't unfortunately with all of these long areas in Render's map, I don't have any particular area that I didn't like to suggest cutting out. I wish there were less of it. I know that when I'm making videos and trying to edit, I usually find that, well, I used to find that occasionally there'd be when I'm trying to just edit out parts or whatever, because I don't know, there's a lot of time that goes into making Minecraft videos, and you spend some off-camera time, but then you also spend some time on camera where you do something that just turns out to not be very interesting or entertaining or important to the overall what you're doing. And so I usually find that basically there will be sections that I would consider cutting, and anytime I'm unsure about should I cut this section or should I leave this section, I almost always decide in the end that it's better to cut it. Less is more. And yeah, I don't know if the same would apply to map design necessarily, but I'm sure Render knows these areas more intimately. Okay, is there something up there? No, I don't think so. Render knows these areas more intimately since he created them, and so he probably has a better sense for, if there was one portion of this area that was the weakest or most doubtful portion. Yeah, so maybe cut those. Pick your least favorite portion of an area, and if you can, cut that portion. Like I said, I don't think I really need more loot. The map is pretty generous. Admittedly, generosity level of the map differs a whole lot based on how many deaths, or more likely like how many inventory wipes you expect a player to encounter, and players at different skill levels are going to need more or less loot, kind of depending upon that, and I'm not sure how to plan and balance for that. The loot tables already do it to some extent, because you get good, or at least maybe not good, but decent random drops from mobs kind of throughout. Oh, I think the creeper is going back after the skeleton, or did I hit the creeper afterwards? I think I hit the creeper afterwards. There was a skeleton that shot the creeper, but I don't think the creeper is going after the skeleton now. So I will kill both those. Oh, there's another skeleton in here? I don't actually see him. Oh, I saw his feet. Okay, great. Okay, so we saw skeletons and creepers to the right, so they're dangerous. Let's get focused on talking about the dungeon at hand rather than dungeon design in general. Ooh, okay. That looked like a something. There was like light off in the distance. So I think we were getting to something over there. And so I'm actually going to try to go around the corner to the left, because this might just be a dead end, although we got a bunch of bad guys over there too. So many bad guys. Why gotta be so many bad guys? Because that's how the game goes. Oh, more silverfish. Alright, need to find that spawner definitely, because that'll be annoying. I hadn't really noticed. Are there any... I don't know that there's any silverfish blocks around here. Was there a ceiling thing that I missed? Or maybe... Oops, darn it. Okay, you go away. I have enough bread. Let's go ahead and top off. There is a silverfish. Not sure if he was coming from the left or the right, honestly. Let's try the left first, or let's at least get rid of the creepers on the left. There could be guys sneaking up behind me. Alright, there's a skeleton shooting from behind me anyway. Did I see... Oh no, I just saw the torch on the ground. Thought I may have seen spawner flames, but the little bit of yellow that I saw was the torch item. Okay, I think the left now is sufficiently devoid of enemies that we ought to be able to run. Oh, nope, I lied. Okay, now I think we ought to be able to run over here and get into here. Nope. Darn it. Alright, Web Slayer is also Bane of Arthropods. So let's do that. Let's kill the creeper. Let's try to stay aware of our surroundings, but we need to just push in here quickly in order to get rid of one of the spawners. There's another one. Okay, great. I hear the silverfish. I found the silverfish. Die, silverfish. Great. Okay, so the silverfish do seem to be coming from that other forward area. So I think this area is safe now. Silverfish. Last time the silverfish were coming out of the sky. This time they're coming out of the ground right there. Got it. Okay, I know where the silverfish spawner is now. So let's go eliminate that threat once I kill 2 more silverfish. Silverfish number 1. Silverfish number 2. Nope. Alright, there's at least 2 more silverfish over here. And they're being very unhelpful. Alright, let's just run in here. Oh, look at this. What is this? I do not like this render. That was not very nice. 4 silverfish spawners over in the corner. Alright, these are just stone blocks, although a few of them probably contain silverfish because they decided to go run and hide. Let's look at the ceiling. Yep, okay, I think I saw a hole in the ceiling possible there. I might be wrong. Actually, I might be wrong. But it's good to be paranoid and be looking. Okay. So we're going to take out these guys at distance. We are going to run back in over here and try to get some more light. We're going to continue to pay attention to ceilings. Where is that skeleton? I think he was around this corner. Yeah, there he is. Great. And did I hear more silverfish? If I did, I'm not going to be happy. I'm the only map maker who's allowed to use silverfish. All other map makers, it is mean. My map, on the other hand, it was extremely clever and awesome. I think these are perfectly valid opinions to hold. Okay. I'm joking around, by the way, in case people can't tell. Alright, let's go ahead and take out whatever stupid spider spawners are over here. So yeah, this is an example of... At this point, the dungeon is starting to feel a little bit long. I've been around 3 or 4 corners that have basically been the same. And I know you need to do a little bit of distance so that then all of a sudden you can surprise a person with the trap as they get a little complacent. But at the same time, like, I mean, I went back home and repaired Web Slinger just so I could cut through all these webs, just so I could get through the next you know, 4 portions of the dungeon that were going to be relatively the same. So this is an example of, yeah, in terms of cutting the length of the areas, yeah, I think it's not so much any of the quality. Like, I like what I'm doing. I would just like to be doing a little bit less of it, I guess, is my overall opinion. All right, but we're definitely going to a change of environment over here. And so this is good. We're checking the ceilings, checking the walls. There's some glowstone in the ceiling, which is a change of pace. And obviously all the granite is a big, obvious change of pace. If this were a trap, let me just make triple sure that I'm not going to get hung up on any webs if I need to run back. I'm even going to do this. And, all right, glowstone in the ceiling. Yeah, this might just be a change in the environment. But this almost doesn't feel like the dungeon anymore. I didn't miss a branching path or anything. This almost feels like it's becoming a, transition area to another area. But I don't see why that would be in the green dungeon, so yeah, I'm not sure exactly what's going on here, honestly. Ooh. This feels a little bit nostalgic. Oh! Yes. This is from Goliath, I think. So, for those of you who have never seen Goliath, Goliath was renderXR's first CTM map. And the start of that map started, I think if I'm remembering correctly, in a granite cavern that looked very much like this. And I think there was like TNT in the tree, and this was the first emerald, and the player didn't have access to stone and like had hardly any wood and different kind of things at the beginning. But I think this is from that Cavern of Goliath. So I think this is a callback for any people who were playing who have seen Render's previous map, I think. Not entirely sure, because I haven't played that map. I just watched other people. Well, I watched War Never Changes play that map. So I think that's what's going on here. I'm curious to see what emerald number this is. I'm not going to... Emerald 12. Okay, so this is good. Oops. Because this is one of the emeralds that we wanted to find. I'm going to drop off. This chest with Emerald 12 doesn't have the 4 experience bottles in the corners. I wonder if that's a mistake. Or kind of just an accidental omission. In any case, getting distracted. I'll get that on the way back out. It was the case in Goliath, I think, that the tree was trapped. There's big bushy leaves, and like up in the leaves, I think there was like a TNT trap or something. So let's actually just try to kind of break the top portion of the tree and see if it sets off a trap. Yep. Okay. Great. So that's fun. And so, yeah, you can imagine at the beginning of the map, you have hardly any wood, and so you're trying to gather your initial resources, and you see a tree, and you go after the tree, and the tree blows up. So, yeah, this is definitely a callback to that. And let's see. Okay, there's more exit to the cave over there, and up this way. It looks like the rest of this cavern is self-contained, so I think it's just that. So I think this was just a fun little callback. And maybe this is now going to transition back into the dungeon. And if Render needed kind of like a way to get through some 3D space, that could be an interesting... Okay, I see you. Let's do this. That could be an interesting way to add a little extra 3D space. So I think the creepers are actually spawning right up here. Yeah, let me just dig up and find where the spawner is. Ooh, I hear a skeleton up here too. So let's be extra wary. There might be more mob. Oh, I hear a few. Yeah, there's another mob spawner or something else going on up here. I think the creeper spawner and the little creeper pit should be like right here. Yeah, there it is. Okay, great. I don't recall if this is also from Goliath or this is just another random trap in this dungeon. What do these signs say? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Yeah, I can't remember, unfortunately, if that may also be a callback. If this trap was in Goliath kind of multiple times in a row, or something along those lines. When I was back over here, oh, so I think that means I already passed one of these traps in the ceiling and didn't notice it. Yeah, because there's skeletons behind me. So I think I walked right past the first trap while I was talking to you all. Maybe here. But let's go ahead and deal with this now that we found it. Goodbye, skeleton. Goodbye, other skeleton. Hello, skeleton spawner. Alright. So, we need to pay careful attention to our 6 and our 12 and our 18 and our upstairs. All the different directions for where there may be spawner traps in this hallway. Alright, and there's a place to go this way and this way. Okay, and we got zombie spawners up here. So, yeah, maybe this dungeon is just changing. Maybe this abandoned mines is now changing to this kind of granite hallway, Goliath throwback kind of area or something. And that's what the rest of the dungeon's going to be like. I don't know. Oh, crap. Where did that creeper come from? I did not see him. Yeah, seriously. That's something we need to figure out now. Where did a creeper just come from in order to get behind me? There's no holes in the ceiling. Like, there could be a creeper spawner in the wall, and I just don't have things lit. So I'll add more light. And I guess he might have walked up from there and then been, like, hiding under the stairs or something. But that one really caught me by surprise. So let's top off on food. Oh! Guess what? I found the creepers, guys. It was another case of the direction you're not looking. There's a little alcove with spawners. Alright. Good job. Managed to get me again. You're very clever, Render. Yeah, it's, I don't know, an oldie but a goodie or whatever. Like, this is a very successful type of trap that can work in multiple different ways. I was actually trying to think about if I wanted to... This is also from Goliath. Okay. I'm pretty sure there was a lava down here. Yeah, this whole thing must be a Goliath throwback. Okay, this is going to be fun when I go... I actually came back to this area because War Never Changes, who I was just talking about, who I watched his Goliath playthrough. He was also one of the original private beta testers of this map. And so he is kind of farther ahead. Well, he was farther ahead in his playthrough. By the time you're watching this, I may be farther ahead because I'm putting out videos daily and he's only going every other day. But basically, I want to watch his playthrough. And he was going to the abandoned mines earlier than I was. And so I decided I was going to try to finish up this area so that I could then watch and see how he handled it. And I'm going to be curious to see his reaction when he gets to the end of this area and realizes it's basically a throwback to a map that he's already played. Because I think that'll be pretty fun and cool. So I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, I don't know. If you want to see an older map of renders, Goliath is another map that's on this kind of same huge scale as this one, Myriad Caves. So you can go search for playthroughs of Goliath, or if you want to go back to 1.8 and play it yourself. I think it suffered a little bit more of being Render's first map. It borrowed heavily, in my opinion, from Vex's Legendary, and it borrowed too heavily. Legendary was a great map, but basically I thought it kind of contained both all the good things about Legendary as well as all the faults. This map, I think, is far better. It's contained far fewer of the faults. The main criticism I've had has been the length thus far. And then the only other criticisms I had have been with the shortcuts, kind of the travel time. But yeah, pretty much everything else in terms of like the mobs and the balance. Something I haven't really commented about is I don't know that we've seen any custom mobs yet. Although I do know that Render has kind of customized skeletons and I think witches throughout the map to make them slightly less difficult creatures, and as a result we've been able to survive. I mean, admittedly now my armor's pretty good because I've got like protection 2 on it, but we've been surviving in kind of like leather and chain and gold armor for the most part. I had iron for a short bit, but the iron ran out rather quickly, and so I feel like, yeah, in terms of like mob balancing and different kinds of things, like this has been really good. And yeah, I just like the... Wait a minute. Oh, that's... Okay, this is not the same room I was just in. I think that might be a silverfish spawner. I can't remember. No, apparently it's a cave spider spawner up in that tree. I should have just added some light to it. But let's add some more. I guess I've got 64 granite, so we'll hold on to that. I hear the zombie sneaking up. But I just want to get rid of that while we're standing up here. Yeah, this is definitely the entryway area of Goliath now. Okay, we got zombies below. I'm not sure where the zombie came from. Ah, I see. There's a hallway right over here. Okay, so same little trick there. Oh, right, and this lever, I think it's the same trick from Legendary. You went through hallways to get around lava when the player didn't even have access to any blocks at the beginning. And then the lever makes a shortcut. Enjoy a nifty shortcut. So I think, yes. Oh no! The shortcut's made of TNT. Where basically all of a sudden a bridge goes over the lava, so that you can get from the original spawn point back through all the little caves that you've been through. Render, I apologize if I'm not doing justice to my viewers who haven't seen your previous map. But it was fun and silly. Alright, but in this case, the shortcut ended up being made out of TNT, and it was in the lava, and so it all just exploded. And so, of course, we're being mean, because we can, because the player already has a bunch of gear. Let's go ahead and take out these spawners. And I don't know if there were any other places. Yes, okay. Looks like there's another zombie spawner over here, presumably. Oh, no. It's a hidden chest that I think this one's not trapped. But it's got a poisonous potato. Okay, got it. Just a troll. There is another spider spawner. Oh, these are just normal spiders, so I can just finish them off with the web slayer. Goodbye, spiders. I think the lava is still protecting us over in that direction. And then I think over here, basically, yeah, I'm trying to go based on memory of old maps. And my memory is just not that good. But I think it's basically just going to be kind of a long parkour course that will be difficult for a player who doesn't have any blocks yet. And so instead, I think we'll try going directly across, because my hunch is basically at what would have been... Oh, what's down here? This might just be where TNT like blew a big hole in the floor. I see, and all the redstone that ended up setting it all up. Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's assume there's nothing down there for right now. I assume back over at the spawn point of Goliath is where we are most likely to see the wool box, because I feel like at this point the joke is just about over. Or even if the joke's not over, we're kind of like running out of the old map to actually have over here. Just kind of plugging up some of the holes to make sure I don't fall into lava anywhere, because that would be a shame after I got through this whole area if I were to fall into lava and lose all my stuff. Alright, so... Oh, yep, okay. Not out of traps yet, because a zombie just fell from the ceiling. But I believe that is the box. We'll read the signs in a bit. First off, let's try to figure out where the zombies are falling out of. Oh, they're dropping books for us. There we go. Yeah, I can't quite get it. Oh, there's skeletons in there too. Okay. And there were 3 spawners, I think, so there's probably creepers too. Once again, I'm just going to go up through the wall, I think. Ooh, wow, that guy's a armored dude. Look at him go. Let's take out the skeleton if we can. Oh, skeleton didn't see me, I guess. And I did just pick up a nice book that one of these guys dropped a moment ago. I want to take out the skeleton. I want to get up into the ceiling. Spawners are pretty high, and I think basically they're right here. There we go. Okay, light. At this point, we had... Oops. Hey, bad, mean. You're a bad meanie. You're mean and bad and all kinds of nasty things. Skeleton, zombie, zombie, skeleton. Okay. Great. So that part was fun. I think that's going to be especially fun for War to play, and so I'm looking forward to seeing his reaction to this area. We'll check out this chest in a moment. One more bad guy is going to manage to get one more hit on me. Alright, and I think we're here. Yeah, I think there's nothing else that can get me. Let's read some signs. Oh, this is from Goliath. You ready for a long adventure? Not a really long adventure. You are currently not in a simple start. Haha. Welcome to a different map. Map still by renderXR. Okay, so this was the original spawn point, and you can kind of imagine what the original sign said based on the content on those signs. All right, lime wool. Hooray. That was cool. That was fun. We picked up Knockback 1 book. I have a lot of junk inventory. I'll drop off a little bit of it here. But I think I should have a safe walkthrough all the way back. But there were a couple of chests. Have a quick read through the rules. Rules? I'm like, is this going to be the entire rules of die in any way you could think of? Don't complete the monument. Never use peaceful difficulty, you cheater. Don't leave the map boundaries. Keep your hands off my precious wool, except for you misspelled off. You don't have to craft. You may use... Alright. Don't craft. So basically just kind of sillily negating all of the rules. Why are you still looking here? There's nothing to see. Go jump in a pit of lava. Okay. And then finally the one other chest that we found around the corner. What did I originally have here? Golden apples. Where was that chest? It was... I don't remember if there were any loot chests through here, but I'm not going to go through this whole area. If I guess while I'm here, I'll probably do this off camera because I think it's going to be boring, but I just want to see if there might be an emerald hiding in this little offshoot parkour segment. So I'll see you guys in a minute. Actually, there's a chest here, so we'll read it really quick. These might be things that were just from Goliath. Alright, I almost just fell victim to another trap down this hallway. There's also a sign over here I want to read. Jump blocks, I think. So there was parkour here. I got rid of it. There is a chest over here that's very nice, but then there was also a hidden creeper spawner area over here. And the creeper just about snuck up on me. Here we go. Oops, okay. And he could actually knock me in lava, so this could still be dangerous. And the spiders over here could knock me in lava too, so let me actually back up. There's some very nice treasure that I did find, and we'll check that out in just a moment. But first off, let's get rid of that. Get rid of this guy. And does he have any more friends? Okay, I don't think so. So creepers are well hidden over here. I don't remember if that was in Goliath or not. The treasure I found is an enchanted golden apple, and it has a little description of, I guess, what's going to happen with it in this map. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm going to continue to make cuts as I just kind of go through this area. Alright, I went through the whole loop. I think the golden apple and the creeper spawner was the only thing that's kind of out of the ordinary. I can't remember... I think some of these were traps. What does this say? Hey there, guy. And so, just for funsies while we're here, we'll see if any of these turn into traps. All right. Okay, I think we got the point of this area. We got the lime wool. Let's get the heck out of here. And on the way out, I am stopping to grab emerald number 12. Coming back to the entrance, the front entrance of Abandoned Mines. There's a bunch of vines growing down here now. This is where it originally blew up, and then, like, I never came back to the area for a long time. Oh, and there's a light up there. I remember at some point coming from, I guess coming from the Forsaken Cliffs. We looked down and we looked down into an area of the mines. And this must be the place that we looked down into them. And so I hadn't actually noticed that before. That actually, along the side of there might be a possible place that an emerald could be hidden. So I'll have to go back and investigate that. But let's go ahead and put some blocks on the monument. Back at the monument, I have a lime wool, and it goes right over here. Let's make sure I get it in the right spot. Kablow! Hooray! And we also have emerald number 12, which will go here. And so I believe it was 10 through 13 that's supposed to be in abandoned mines. And so we've managed to find 2 of them. Okay, so I'm back to this spot where the vines were growing down. And so I want to actually investigate, because it seems like this could be a decent spot to hide an emerald. I think, maybe. Although this was where a TNT trap kind of went up. Well, I guess the TNT blew up down here. You wouldn't want to blow up the emerald. Can't immediately see anything on the walls, but it looks like there's a vine that is doing a good job of growing here, and so I might just be able to climb the vine. Alright, well, I've clearly been up here before, and I remember looking down, and it's actually not all that big of an area, and it doesn't look like there's anywhere that an emerald could be hidden here. So I thought that was potentially a good place to look, but it doesn't seem like that there is an emerald here. So we're still missing 2 emeralds. Oops, ouch. Well, I guess it's finally time for me to light up the bottom of this hole. I thought it was going to be a tiny monster honeypot, but it's not going to be. I guess I'm going to do a little bit more looking through this area. I'm not really sure where to look that an emerald could possibly be hidden, but I'll just run around a little bit off camera and see if I can find anything. So this is another one of the places, it's just around the corner from there. Hello, creeper. That I wanted to investigate because I climbed up through the wall and then lit up the upper area. And so I never really looked at... Thought I heard another footstep. I never really looked at this area if you actually just tried to climb straight up. But once again, it's not actually very big. And I don't see a place that an emerald could be hidden in the wall. Let me go up my staircase and see if from the top I see anything different. But I don't think there's a place to hide an emerald here. And let's actually, let's look out from the middle really quick too. Can also add some more torchlight. There's nothing, there could be something hiding right here. Let's take a quick look. If I do this and go over here, let's double check there's just nobody above me because this might not be super well lit. No, there's nothing hiding right here. Okay, so I don't think there's anything here. And then this went up. It was a little while before we kind of got to the transition area where there was the... I don't know that you can call it a shortcut or whatever, but like a connection point to the dunes. And actually, it doesn't look like I lit this up over here. I think there's another spur that is unexplored. Oh, right, redstone. I remember seeing some of the redstone and thinking that I didn't need it. And so, yeah, I probably just chose not to go this way. All right, there's still a skeleton shooting. I see him now. Okay, great. Web Slinger might die, but at this point, or Web Slinger, I keep calling him Web Slinger. Oh, it's an emerald. Hey, all right, totally worth coming through here. Hooray, hooray. Emeralds to my left, but let's break the spawners first. Great, okay. This makes me very happy. Because I could not figure out where you could possibly hide emeralds in this area. Just because it's so self-contained or whatever. Like, they'd have to be visible somewhere if I just walk through all of the caves. Alright, so that's one more emerald. There's still missing one more, but I found a few bits of darkness throughout this area. This was number... this is number 11. What was it? 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 is the one we haven't found. 10... I can't remember where it was right now. 12 was at the end of the dungeon in Goliath. 11 is here, and 13... Not sure where 13 is going to be, so I'll just keep walking around and see if I can find it. I'm back at the monument. I don't know that I got a full run through of that area, but we did get emerald number 11, so emerald number 13 is still missing, and I may go back to abandoned mines yet. Well, I think that's a good place to finish up a long episode. There was a chest full of dirt in abandoned mines, and so I'm expanding the mycelium patch. I really do think that unless Render has done some other trickery that I can't think of, that we're eventually going to get some mushroom cows in here, and that would be awesome in terms of the food situation. And so hopefully we can look forward to that. In any case, I hope as always that you guys are having a great day, and I will see you again soon with more Myriad Caves. Bye-bye.